Hey everyone, I know 2020 has been kind of crazy so far, but we've got some awesome plans this fall and we're going to talk about them today. Here we go. The first thing we want to talk about is the schedule. Now, as most of you guys know, we've been meeting right here at Sandstone Ranch Park this summer, and it's been awesome. And we're actually excited to say this is kind of our new home for the time being. Also, we've been meeting from 6:30 to 8 o'clock over the summer, but because of the time change and it gets dark earlier and everything, we're actually going to shift our times from 6 to 7:30. And that's all middle school students, all high school students meeting right here at Sandstone Ranch Park, right next to the skate park. Along with that, our new schedule includes some new elements. The first Sunday of the month, for the most part, will be large group. That's all middle school students, all high school students together for games, for teaching, and for music, and for a whole bunch of other things, service projects, things like that. It's gonna be an awesome time. Those are gonna be times to invite your friends. I mean, you can invite your friends anytime, but especially those nights are gonna be designed for you to invite people that have never checked out church before, or maybe have before, but are trying to get back into it again. So those are Sunday nights, the first Sunday of the month, large group. The rest of the month will be small group time. Now, you may be thinking, small groups are 90 minutes. Well, actually, it's still gonna be an hour, but that first 15 minutes and then the last 15 minutes are gonna be times where we can actually come together as an entire youth group. I'm really pumped about that. So you can still get that element of large group and that bigger connection for the overall youth group on those nights where we still have small groups. So, large group for those times where we can really jump in and invite new people and have a blast and make big connections. And then small groups for still to make those connections, but to really go deeper in our faith and really study the Bible. I'm really pumped this year because we're going to be diving into scripture a whole lot more than we have before. We're going to start off the year with a 4-week series on an overview of the entire Bible. And then we're going to jump into the book of Mark. And I'm really pumped for us to just spend a lot of time focusing on Jesus himself and learning more and more about him and really diving into that Gospel of Mark. And then on those large group nights, we're going to be spending some time talking about how Jesus was incredibly personal and how we need to be personal as well. We're going to specifically look at the story of him and Zacchaeus and that interaction and all that happened there, and look how Jesus handled all that situation and how Zacchaeus responded. And you're probably wondering, what about Sunday mornings? Well, for now, we still have Sunday morning online services. But once we finally are able to meet back in person, our goal is to have students involved in every aspect on Sunday morning, in both worship and serving. So if you're not used to going to worship, we're actually gonna have like a student section up front, and it's gonna be awesome in both of our services. And we're also gonna get you guys like serving in every aspect of the church, both from like music to greeting to kids ministry to everything in between. We want students to be serving everywhere. So when a new student comes on Sunday morning, all of a sudden they see teenagers everywhere across our property. All right, so there's always some exceptions to the rules, right? The first one is coming up this Sunday, September 6th. It's Labor Day weekend. So we're actually not gonna have any student programming that weekend because of the holiday. And then on September 20th, we're gonna have another church-wide worship time at the LifeBridge parking lot. So we encourage you guys to come over there and worship together. We're gonna have a student section up front again, and then small groups are gonna meet right after that. So that's gonna run from 6 to 7, and then from 7 to 7:30, then you're gonna have your small groups. Show up early because we are going to have food trucks again. Things like that will happen that sometimes will force us to kind of move things around, but be flexible, especially in this time. All right, I know many of you are asking questions around when can we actually have worship and youth group and so many other things at the church building again. I'm going to refer you to the church website and our social media accounts. As soon as that's available, know that we're going to let you know when we get back into the building. And also on that note, yes, I know winter camps are going to be here before you know it, and you're probably wondering, Steve, are we actually going to be able to go to winter camp this year? We had to change plans for summer camp. Is that possible? Well, we do have dates on the calendar for winter camp this year, and we are praying that we're actually going to be able to go. But know that with everything, that we're trying to take safety and all those things into account as we make plans for the future. And the same would go for other events that we usually have planned during the school year, service projects and things like that. We're going to try to do more service projects. In fact, one is coming up with church-wide is going to be serving on Saturday, September 19th. And we encourage you guys to sign up individually, your small groups, families, go out and serve our community on September September 19th. As has been said so many times these last few months, we are in unprecedented times, right? Which means that we have to hold our plans loosely. And so even though we have these plans for the fall, know that they've actually changed several times, and this is our latest iteration of those plans. But if we ever have to change those again, we want to make sure that you have the most up-to-date information. So there's a few different ways that you can sign up for information. One, sign up for our text alerts. You can just text students or parents, either one of those, depending on if you're a student or a parent. Make sure to use the S at the end, students or parents, to the number you see on the screen. And you'll sign up for all of our text alerts. Also, make sure you follow us on social media. We're at LifeBridge Students on both Facebook and Instagram, and that's another great way to not only see what's going on, but to also get quick updates in the case of, we need to change plans at the last minute or things like that. And we're also going to be sending out regular emails. And so if you're not on our email list, please just email this email on the screen. Let us know that you're not on that list, and we'll add you to that so to make sure that you actually get regular communication from LifeBridge students. While 2020 has definitely been a unique year, there's also no doubt that God has been working in the midst of it all. I mean, we've seen so many baptisms, and we got more on the way. We've got so many students that are inviting their friends, and it's been so cool to see so many new students over the summer. We have served so many people in our community, and we're going to keep that up. And it's been awesome, really, to see God moving in the middle of this pandemic and everything else. So we're so pumped about what God's going to do this fall. I hope you're going to be there. I'm pumped about studying Zacchaeus and his interaction with Jesus and how Jesus was personal with him in our large group. I'm pumped about diving into the book of Mark with you guys in small groups and seeing where that goes as we study Jesus a lot more. And I'm pumped to see what God does through you in this community. Because as I said many times, God has unique, amazing plans for every one of you. And it's our privilege to be on the front lines seeing God work through you. So I hope you have a great day, and we will see you when we join back starting September 13th right here at Sandstones Ranch Park.